I wonder, going to Andy really quick, so you spent a lot of time in corporate development, buying companies, investing in companies. How many of the companies that you dealt with had been self-funded up until that point, or do at a certain point they need to bring in outside capital to grow to a certain size or something like that?
Generally, now I was at a Fortune 500 company,
Yeah.
and I was buying companies that were more mature, and a lot of our transactions were hundreds of millions of dollars. So we dealt with everything from a firm backed by tier 1 VCs in Silicon Valley to a firm backed by another country, backed by the country's VC fund, basically. But then we also had firms that were funded by the founder, very successful by the founder. So it varies by the size of the firm and also by the business they're in. And I think the other thing that's changing is not only is the funding side changing with the aspect of crowdfunding platforms coming in, non-traditional lenders, and the VCs are all still there, but as a startup, you've got a wide variety of funding sources you can go after. And the flip side is that it's a lot cheaper to get a business started than it used to be. It used to be like on the hardware, on the software side, to get a product to market, you'd have to hire a staff of 20. It would take you a year.
You pay for
servers.
servers.
And you get servers, everything else. It was just a big, huge capital investment. And therefore, you had to go to a VC for that. And on the hardware side, then it used to be, well, that'll never happen to hardware. I used to go to events up at UCSB, and there were college students that had started a company because they're able to 3D print the product, they're able to make the electronics using an Arduino board. And even in this space, you see a lot of companies here that have some innovative products. They're able to show a demo. Yeah, this is interesting. It's something I could sell. So with very little money, you can really get something going. And that's, you don't really want to go after big money until you've got either 1 million users or 1 million or 2 of revenue. But I'll be interested to hear on the commercial real estate side. Yeah, it's commercial real estate, but are the models changing? We saw a company here that's doing a co-working space.
Yeah.
So the traditional, you rent a building, you're going to have a 5-year lease, et cetera. Now this sort of, I call it the gym membership model.
Yeah.
And we're certainly seeing a lot of that. I don't know how for the developer if that's necessarily.
Yeah. Cool. What I was going to actually, natural progression, it's awesome that you went that direction, was I was going to ask Klara, what you do naturally and what you've done in the past in syndicating real estate deals is very similar to what these crowdfunding platforms and sort of what this new way of closing deals online is. People, get access to a deal, they share it online, you're allowed to publicly solicit and do those things. Have you found that to be a good thing so far? Have you used any of this technology for what you do, or is your private network still easier to deal with, and the personal connection more important?
Well, for me, I have a niche, and that niche is private investors. And because the properties I deal with are in the millions. So I have to keep a network of investors that can turn on a dime. I can't be talking to VCs and, Wall Street guys and this and that. I need to keep in a relationship with people who can invest $500,000, $1 million, $250,000 on an ongoing basis. And also, I find that raising money is all about preparation. And as many panels as I have served on, I hear very little about that. And that's really, it doesn't matter whether you're raising money for a technology company or real estate. At one time, I was veering away from real estate attempting to help startups raise capital. And I got so frustrated because A, they were not prepared, B, they didn't want to listen to becoming prepared, and they would not accept the fact that if you want to get funded, you have to have a system. You have to have a process. And the more detailed you are, the greater the chance will be of getting funded. As an example, when I syndicate and I buy a specific property, or I do a partnership with someone that's buying a property or developing, I'm a pain in the ass, pardon my language, because I know that if every single thing is not documented properly, we are not going to be able to raise the money. And so I am very tuned into preparation, preparation, preparation. And then, of course, in real estate, if you're buying rehabs, not only do you have to be prepared, but you have to demonstrate to the investor that you know what you're talking about in terms of renovating, reconstructing, doing whatever it's going to take a property from a D level to an A level. So I don't know if I'm answering
Yeah.
your question.
No, absolutely, yeah.
But getting funded is really easy if you're willing to go through the
Yeah.
preparation process. And that's why I stick to what I know
Yeah.
and how I do it. And for me, it's a lot of fun.